Hey everyone, welcome to Cut Up, a video series where I talk about my favorite scenes in movies and re-edit them, or just talk about how crazy a James Wan film is. This time we're talking about Malignant, released in 2021 and directed by James Wan. I wasn't the biggest fan of his previous films. He's probably best known as the director of Saw, the first two Conjuring movies, and Aquaman? I didn't really enjoy his movies at first. They're ultra graphic and over the top, which is fine, but the acting always feels off. Like in this film, our main character mainly acts via a series of dramatic breaths.
Again. But this time I saw his face. I saw his face.
I like to imagine that she's accidentally swallowed a bug on some of these takes.
Maddie, what are you talking about?
They all seem to like to use scary voice recordings as well. It sounded great in Saw, but now it's just trying too hard.
Who are you?
You know who I am, even if they say I'm only in your head.
Oh, I'm so scared.
All that aside, by the time I finish Malignant, I get it now. His movies are more like comic books, and I don't mean comic book movies, they're just a little bit more like actual comic books. You could see the storyboard that they had when you watch this thing. The dialogue reads more like word bubbles too, and instead of narration, we just get characters talking to themselves, or mostly phone calls. So I don't know if this is more of a nod to retro horror movies, or if it's just part of James's style. I mean, it's definitely a choice, so I was able to enjoy this movie for what it is, and that's a throwback-style horror movie that uses every trick in the book while also taking huge swings. I mean, if you have any questions about whether or not this takes place in a comic book reality, just look at where they put the research hospital. I expect them to pan over and Hogwarts is on the other side of the lake. Then look at this shot. This is where you park and casually walk in? I mean, only in a comic book, because no one would park like that so close to the edge. This is actually the scariest part of the movie for me. Devil creatures and ghosts? No, they don't scare me. Carelessly walking in the dark next to a cliff? That's real. Don't do that. The first 88 minutes of Malignant is about solving a mystery. Why is all this scary stuff happening? It's a mystery. Ooh, let's solve the mystery. And what's the best way to solve a mystery? Well, hopefully your main characters find carefully recorded, logged, and rewound to the exact right spot VHS tapes. Good thing the record keeping in this town is Smithsonian level, otherwise this would have never been solved. So it's a lot of random scary stuff happening, dropping us little hints if we're lucky, and then exposition via VHS. During this time, James Wan throws everything at us and he doesn't stop until the twist. It was like watching an action movie but with spooky stuffs. A real simple story, told to you like you're playing an old video game.
Well, today we are going to study and experience something called Vitaflex. And so we believe that you can heal virtually every condition that you have in life if you can access that part of your being that does the healing. And of course, that's God.
I mean, all of that was fine, but what made me really like it and made me want to do a cut-up on it was the twist. So I'm gonna spoil the twist for you, by the way, so this is your warning. Spoilers going forward. And here we go. After 88 minutes, the monster is fully revealed, and of course it's done via VHS tape.
We're starting to suspect that Gabriel can somehow access the regions of the brain that process visual stimuli and make Emily see what he wants her to see. This would explain her recent claims of hallucinations.
The first moment I saw Devilback Twin with Raptor arms, I knew I loved this film. I paused it at Devilback Twin with Raptor arms to see how much time we had left, and we still had 20 minutes before the credits roll. Oh, okay, I am on board. Let's go. Let's see what Devilback Twin with Raptor arms can do. I mean, give this thing a couple edgelord swords or a keytar, and let's go, baby. The movie just goes off the wall crazy town for the remaining time, and I loved it so much. There's a scene in Lady Jail that is so amazing. It's a jail cell filled with what looks like random NPCs in GTA, and with the power of Devilback Twin with Raptor arms, our main character murders all of them. I kind of wish they just started the movie off like this. Like the whole first 88 minutes could have just been distilled down to 5 minutes, and it could have been the cold open. You know, you just quickly explain the main character and the devil twin inside of her. Then we see the devil back twin with raptor arms, and it cuts to the opening credits. The rest of the movie is this woman just going from place to place, killing people in different ways, only revealing her twin form briefly and differently every time. She could also be confused on where she's at and what's going on, trying to fight it the entire time. We could still have these dumb detectives chasing after her, and the sister could be helping them find her because she still loves her sister and wants to have that twin removed. But even she doesn't fully understand the situation. The detectives could slowly be discovering those supernatural elements and putting things together that the sister said in passing. And then at the end of the movie, we see her final form. Maybe that? I don't know. I definitely didn't think about it too much. But as the movie is, I felt like it really didn't start until this moment, and all the fun of this story is after the reveal. We're then treated to some over-the-top fight scenes, where some look awesome, while others it's clearly just a person with a mask on the back of their head. It's so off the wall though, I was having a blast watching it. The ending is fun, it's the only way it could have ended. I'm not going to give that away though. I would suggest just skipping to the 88-minute mark and watching the rest of the film from there. Overall, still not sure how I really feel about this style of film. I would love to hear in the comments how you feel about it, or if you have any opinions on James Wan's style of directing. I will say that his detectives are always very annoying. They're always the worst written, shallowest characters.
Dr. Weaver specialized in child reconstructive surgery. She kept journals on all her patients.
Bag all these books. I want them back at the precinct. Yes, sir.
What, are you gonna go through all of them?
We're gonna go through all of them.
We're gonna go through all of them. I gave it a 2.5 on Letterboxd. Definitely the most fun I've had while watching a film that I've given that rating. These cut-ups are going to be a mix of old and new movies, and I'll try to keep them at least seasonal sometimes. That's why I'm releasing this one so close to Halloween. I'm going to do a Thanksgiving one, and maybe a couple Christmas ones. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if there's a Thanksgiving or Christmas movie or any holiday movie that you suggest I check out. I'm a small channel. I love making these things. Thank you so much for your support so far. Please subscribe. Give me a like. It's free. Laters.